We're basically going to look at resistance and support of GBPJPY, looking at its possibilities and see how we can tackle this pair. Just a second. Okay, we're going to look at GBPJPY. As you can see, we are into H1 time frame chart. But basically, when we're looking at identifying a general trend, our principle is one: we only measure. We only focus on bigger time frame charts. Let me first connect to the internet. Just a second. We basically focus on bigger time frame to have a clear general trend of a pair. Okay, this is our pair: Great Britain pound, Japanese yen. We're going to look at its possibilities. Okay. All right. We are going to first look at the weekly time frame and see. We zoom out and see possibilities. When you look onto this pair, it shows us that general trend might be an upward trend. Why? Because when you check very well, it's playing below the entire chart. Okay. Now, basically, this is weekly time frame. We're going to look at why I've said so that it looks like an upward trend. Okay. We're going to start now analyzing this very pair and see all the possibilities. Okay. We shall start. Let's go back to look at daily time frame chart and look at its possibilities. Okay. Yeah. Let's try to zoom in. We're going to start drawing some diagonal line here. Okay. Now this diagonal shows you that it has been moving, respecting this diagonal. Yeah. Now when you check where it is right now, it shows a rejection, and this rejection is showing that it's going down. Okay. Now that one, since we've identified that this trade is it's most likely to move up. Now when you see a rejection similar to this, it shows that it's what we call a pullback. Okay. Now this pullback is being caused by some minor resistance area here. If I consider this, okay, when you check very well, this is our minor resistance, which is trying to reject for a pullback to this diagonal area. Okay. Now, like we said, we looked at it in weekly time frame and we saw this pair might be an upward trend. Okay. Now, this rejection on a minor resistance shows a pullback to this area. So, if I'm to sell, I will go short-term sell up to this area. If I'm to enter right now, I would make like at around 200 pips roughly. Okay. Now these 200 pips are short-term sell, but we identify that on weekly time frame that this trade might move in an upward trend. Let's try to zoom out and see what would be the possible target for its long-term buy. Okay. Okay, we're most likely to see this area, but remember, like I've said, it has to drop up to this level. So when you check, there's some minor resistance showing a price rejection, this area. Okay. So therefore, I wouldn't stop someone to make a short-term sell, but remember that would be counter trading. We already identified that this trade has to move in an upward trend. Okay. Now our possible target is 147.959. Okay. So basically, we've already identified that we have to wait for this pullback up to this area. Okay. Now here I would encourage if someone to take a trade, you take a short-term sell from this area up to here. but our major target is 147, okay, 0.959. Okay, this is an upward trend. We've already seen it already formed double bottoms on a diagonal which respected, and we saw some slight pullback after reaching the same line. This area here was a slight pullback, and we all see that it confirmed. Okay, so basically it may even come back up to this area and doesn't reach the diagonal, but we all see this rejection is just a minor for a pullback, for a continuation of an upward trend. Okay, now this is GBPJPY. So when we check into other smaller time frame, we already seeing these termed as double tops, okay, for a pullback up to either here or here. So when it comes here and makes a confirmation, you can move in and put a buying order. When it comes here, makes a confirmation as well, you can also trigger your buying order. But we would say, like me, I wouldn't take this trade coming down because I would be counter trading. I would only wait for a pullback because there's a possibility of even failing to come here. It shows that it's being rejected this area, then it comes, breaks out the resistance and retests this line. Because when you look on to daily, there is this triangle formation, ascending triangle pattern. Okay, now meaning all the chances are being shown that this trend has to move upward. Okay, but if a chance gives us and we test back this area with a confirmation over here, we able to enter, since we shall be already given a second chance to buy. Okay, now another person would wait for a breakout on this area. Okay, but basically we said weekly time frame shows us this trend has to move in an upward trend. Okay, so our minimum target is 147,959. Okay, once again